oil level is on its minimum. I'm going to top that up immediately. We need to make sure there's no oil leaks. I want it all the way to the top, so I can keep an eye on it. Better dip that. Lovely. I'm going to go a little bit more again. I want it at the top, just a little bit more, and then I'll check it first thing in the morning. When it's stone cold, so we know the exact level. Good, good, good. Let's run it for 5 minutes. Oh, there's a hole in the casing, look. That's interesting. So a couple of bits to do: change that light lens, sort out that brake lever issue. That'll be quick and easy. Another polish, some touching up of the panels. I'd have preferred them side bits to be black, but it's kind of not worth it at this stage. And then that's it. Check the tyres, squeeze it through an MOT, or pass it easily through an MOT, whatever it is, and we'll be fine there. I'm going to sit for 10 minutes, let it idle, let it charge its battery, let it circulate that oil, and then we'll put it away. These are boring projects, guys, let's be honest. Boring projects. There's not much to them. Up for 650. That's not making me any money anymore, because that's going to a local. The next day. Hi everyone, and welcome back. My aim today, I've got the new light over here. I think it was about £30. Took a while to be delivered, but was needed. My aim today is to go and take this for MOT. So I'm going to do some pre-MOT checks. Look at the exhaust. I painted it last week. Look at the difference. Look at the last video. Look at this one. What a difference a quick coat of paint makes. Well, quite a lot of paint actually. And then I did its first kind of buff, and you can really tell the difference. We got to touch up the black bits because they stick out so much. But when you get rid of them, like the paintwork has come up nice. Like all of that will make a difference. Touch it up with white, make a difference. So my aim is to throw that on, check it's all working, pre-MOT checks, take this straight up to the MOT guys and see if it will pass. I think it will. It needs front brake pads, which I've got ordered. They should be here today. But it's not, it shouldn't fail on them. They're not that low, but I just know that they're needed at some point. So let me just switch that light lens over. I'll get the tripod and we'll do some pre-MOT checks, and hopefully I'll be going for MOT. I believe it's just the bottom bolt and then it all slides out, I believe. ridiculously quick was that? Like, unbelievable. Let's fire up, warm up, pre-MOT tests. Might have to switch batteries to the Harrier. The Harrier battery's brand new at the moment. Alright, let's switch. I'll switch across to the Harrier. It's a brand new battery. I just want to get this MOT done. The Harrier battery's much bigger, so I'm going to have to try and jump this with jump leads. I'm not sure. Hopefully it will jump me home though. I've not got my charger at the moment. I borrowed it to John, so I need to get that back soon. But let's see if I can get this. There's no kick on this, is there? That would have saved a lot of hassle, wouldn't it? Well, there's your reality, guys. Sometimes things don't go as planned. John's got not only my booster pack, but my actual battery charger. So there's nothing I could do there. But I did remember there's another fault on here, where the front handlebar, the front brake lever, needs pushing back a touch to turn off the light. And that does happen sometimes as they wear. There's not really adjustment in them, but you can put any light 3M sticky pad or something on that just pushes. I'm going to show you what I mean. So let me pop this front plate off. I'll show you what I mean. I want this to be ready properly for MOT, and if the brake pads come today, I'll chuck them on as well, and then next Saturday this will be an easy pass, or whenever I'm there next. That one was a bit iffy, so I'm going to try and leave that one alone. This one's a simple push button. Look, so here, this is it under there. That's it, that round thing, and it screws out. So you screw it out, you turn it to the right, you screw it out, and basically it's a button here, lever. I don't know if you can see in there, but it just you just press the button like that. Sometimes the button gets a bit stiff, so a bit of WD will just loosen it up, bring it out more. And sometimes you just need to pad the area because it's worn thin a touch to help. So let me pull this switch out and I'll show you what it looks like and how it works. So here we are. So that's it. Press the button, light off, push it, light on, off, on, off, on. This one, you can check whether there's any play in here by giving it a pull. If it pulls out, then there's a bit of play in there. This is working perfectly. That means that there is a touch of wear on the lever where it touches. And you can see actually with a bit of play in there, that kind of does happen sometimes. So let's pop this lever off and we'll see what we're looking at in there. So look, this is exactly what I said. So see that dimple? That's it just worn down. What I often do is just cut a piece of steel, flat sheet, and I just glue that over, and that's a very long-term repair, because that's not massively deep, but it's stopping just enough. So you watch, I'm going to clean this up, glue on the piece to just to flatten it out again, and that will go completely back to normal. So there it is, look, tiny bit of sheet metal. Glue it on, make sure you brake clean both sides first, let that dissolve, glue it on, and it will be fine. That will last for a very, very long time. So that's the fix. Takes out that little dimple. Just so you know, this bit here is a bit worn, the plunger, so it's not plunging back as far as it can either. You could do the same thing. You could put a little something there, but that one kind of needs to be rounded really. I think this will be enough to get it back on track. Well, we'll see actually, it may or may not be. I'm not going to mess with that at this stage. Bit of grease there, tiny bit of grease on there, just, it really, no reason, but it might just help a touch when it slides in and out. And back on, we'll see if we've solved our problem. That feels nice. Let's see if we've solved our problem. I don't know if I put the wiring on the right way round. So perfect, lovely, spot on. And can't see that side. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Front again. Yes. Cool. I've got some jump leads. I'm going to try and jump from the KTM. I am worried though that it doesn't charge enough to get me back. I might just jump it, let it sit for 10-15 minutes, really idle it, let it warm up. Kind of have no choice. Well, I do, but I'd quite like to get this MOT done. So that's idling now, so's the KTM, because I used the KTM to boost this. So I want to give it 10 minutes to charge back up. I really don't know. My biggest worry here is I get this to them and then it don't start back up to get me back. Saying that, they should have a boost box or a spare battery or something, I would have thought. I kind of have no choice but to risk it. Yeah, I'll wait for 10 minutes and then I'll see if this shuts off and will turn back on at all. That will show me if there's any charge going into it. I know I can test for that, but I would have to take the key out. Yeah, I'm not worried. Let's see. 10 minutes and then it might be jump on, drive it there, get the MOT and just hope it fires or that they have a boost box.